The world's largest marketplace for surplus food has officially launched in Charleston. Joining us with more on this movement to eliminate waste is Sarah Soderoff with Too Good to Go. Good to have you join us.
Thank you so much for having me.
What a unique concept. What is Too Good to Go?
Well, you said it best. We are the world's largest marketplace for selling surplus food. What that means practically is the function that you'll see as a consumer is the app. So you can download it in the Google Play or Apple App Store. It's just called Too Good to Go. And we connect businesses, local businesses, directly with consumers to sell their surplus food. So this can be anything from convenience stores to grocery stores, high-end restaurants. Any place that sells food typically has surplus. And that's just because getting that match between the product that you have on hand and the consumers to purchase it is super difficult, especially in tight margin environments like food service. Food service businesses typically want to have a little bit extra on hand, so they might overproduce, but then that typically goes to waste. So we're trying to help those businesses recoup what would otherwise be lost revenue by not throwing away that food and help consumers get great food at a lower cost.
Yeah, waste to the tune of 22 to 33 billion pounds of food every year, or $25 billion. That is a lot.
Yeah, it's a ton. We waste around 40% of the food that we produce in this country, which is crazy. On an individual basis, it's almost $3,000 per person per year on typically edible food, so food that you just didn't get to before it got past its best before date or before it wilted in the case of some produce and some vegetables. There's a ton of ways for us to make progress on this. And then from an environmental standpoint, food waste accounts for about 10% of all greenhouse gas emissions, which is crazy when you think about flight travel only accounts for 1%. So there's a ton of work that we can be doing that's really tasty and will save you money.
Absolutely. So when I download the app and let's say I find one of the restaurants, can you give me an example of a participating restaurant here in Charleston?
We have Callie's Little Hot Biscuit. We have Wildflower Pastry, Mabel May's Bakery, Kuda & Co. Seafood House are just some of our favorites. And we've already saved almost 2,000 meals from waste, which is incredible. But we are always looking to increase those numbers and get more businesses to join.
Okay, so how does it work? So I download the app, I find, say, Callie's Hot Little Biscuit. And do I have to go at closing time? Do I just get the ingredients that they use to make the dish? Do I get the dish itself? How does that work?
Great question. So the restaurant chooses the pickup window. If you're Callie's, for example, maybe you have a morning rush and that wraps up around 11 a.m. So by then you're going to know I'm going to have, 12 biscuits left over that didn't sell. So they can put those onto the app. Their pickup window then might be from 11 to noon. You reserve an app, so that holds that purchase for you. You're going to see the overall initial value of the food that you're purchasing and then the amount you pay, which is typically around 1/3 off the retail cost. So for a $15 bag of biscuits, for example, you are going to only pay $4.99 for that. You reserve an app, you go and pick up in store. When you get there, you're going to get a unique code on your app. So you'll just swipe to pick up. The store will see that, and everything is done. Everything is transacted through the app, so you don't need to have any money change hands. You can give a rating to the store, which is really fantastic to help other consumers know what types of food that they're going to get. We ask you a series of questions in app that is great for us to get more information, but you do not have to answer them. And then Callie's gets that money, which is fantastic for them to be able to recoup what would otherwise really go in the garbage, and they would lose out on that revenue.
It's brilliant. I cannot wait to download this app and give it a try. This sounds so exciting. Not only are you eating good food, but you're saving money in the process. We live in a quid pro quo society. So what's the benefit besides to the business and to the consumer to create an app like this? What do you get out of it?
Yeah, thank you for asking. We are a for-profit business, so we are registered B Corp. We are always working to be as sustainable as possible, but we take a flat fee off of every transaction, so that's how we operate. We are looking to expand and to grow. We are consistently growing throughout the country. We are live in around 35 cities so far, but we are always growing. So we are always working to make sure that volume of food that typically went to waste is now going into someone's hands and going into the mouths of people who want it. Our goal is to reduce food waste everywhere that it occurs. We believe in a planet with no food waste. We think that it is achievable. We also know that as we're seeing rising costs and consumers are getting frustrated with some of those price points, that there's really simple, easy ways that you can make a change and you can be empowered to be part of that solution. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if we are reducing the impact of food waste on the environment, we are sleeping well at night, we are doing our job, and we also want local businesses to survive because we know that's a really tough thing for them as well. So if we can give them some extra money, it really is a win-win-win.
I love that, Sarah. Thank you so much. And you're helping us from committing the sin of wasting 33 billion pounds of food every single year. So good on you, and can't wait. Too good to go. Download the app today. The Google Play Store, Apple Store, do it. You won't be sorry. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We're back after this.